Hey guys, so just another video today. It's one I've been sort of looking forward to for a little bit now. Fitting a new rear view mirror to the Freelander. However, this isn't, well, it's very similar to the standard one, but it's actually from an MG, so it's the MG TF, because it comes with the courtesy lights in the bottom. So it's a tiny, handy little upgrade. I find that with the Freelander only having the one light back here, there's not really much light in the front of the car, so I'm going to hopefully wire this in so that it comes on with the light here, so that all three will come on at the same time. Should make it a little bit easier to see in it, which is good, and it just looks cool as well. They should have the same fitment on them, so the hook here is the same as what comes on the standard Freelander. The mirror face is the same size as well. So it's a fairly easy install. The only bit that's going to be slightly more, well, it's not challenging, but the bit is the wiring. So I'm just going to go off to the guy who helps me with the soldering, etc. But I've got the wire and I've got the heat shrinks, so it shouldn't be too bad. That should really be all you need. And then just a bit of solder, just solder it into the power that comes to that light. But other than that, let's get on and do it. Okay, so the first bit on this one is just going to be removing the old wing mirror. It's a fairly simple affair. You just push it upwards without taking your hand off, and that's it off. So it just slides on off like that. So it's just got a groove in the back here, and what I'll do is I'll show you in a minute. There's like a little notch, well, like a little block on the window, which that just slides into. So the next part will just be sliding this one on. So if I show you the two mirrors, they are pretty much identical. The old mirror even has the cutouts here with obviously a plate that's been put in that houses the lights on the new one. So this is obviously, like you say, the mirror that we're going to be putting in there. So this now should just click down into place. There we go. That simple. So like I say, it just clicks down in. There we go. So just make sure that's clicked down all the way. That's in there now. So all that's going to be left now is wiring it in. I'm probably going to follow these wiring, and what we're going to do is we're going to wire it into the central light up here. Okay, so just for reference then, this is the block that obviously I was mentioning earlier. And when you're putting on the new mirror, you'll see that this top bit here clicks in. It's a bit difficult one-handed, but this block will click into there. There we go. And then you just push it down until it goes in all the way. A bit difficult with one hand, but yeah, it gives you the idea, and it just sits up on there like that, and that'll be your new mirror in. Okay, so just for testing for power purposes, etc., we've opened it up, we've tested sort of the line, and what we found is on this bit, the centre, the sort of greeny coloured one, is the common, and then one side does one way on the switch, and the other side does the other way on the switch. So one does that side, one does that side. So like I said, we're going to have one side going into the central light for whenever we open the doors. So then when we open the doors, these two lights will come on and the central light will come on. And then when we flick it the other way, it will just come on just all the time. So if you're driving along, you don't need all three on. You're going to switch that on, you can just use it. So that's the plan so far. We're also going to replace the glass. So the glass in the old one was a bit knackered, had a bit of water get in there, etc. So we're going to replace that with the glass from the existing mirror, because that glass is fine. And then we're going on with the next step. So this is how we're wiring it up. So you've got the common, which is sort of going to be our ground, going into here. And then the two blue are the two positives, which are going to go onto either side of the switch. So when you switch it one way, it's that one, switch it the other side, it's that one. And then we've rerouted them out from here. So they were, obviously the cable did originally come in through here. We've moved it to the outside just because these cables are thicker, and when it's up, it's going to be much easier to route them sort of round the back there rather than in through there, and the brown can come around into there without getting in the way once it's all bolted up. So that's it all done. Okay, so that's all three wires soldered up on this end. It just takes a bit of playing around, just sort of figuring out which is which. There's a common high on this one, so whichever is your, you're on getting your permanent feed, just work it out from there backwards, which is the easy way to do it. But it's in there at the moment, so if I flick it this way, it will come on its own, and it won't activate the central light. Flick it back that way, and then if I open the door, it comes on, and so does the central light as well with it. So that's it on there, and that's it on there, and then when it times out, it would turn off as well. I don't think you want to sit here and wait for me to do that, But yeah, so now it will come on like this position. So it's here, it will come on with the central light, and if I flick it forward, it will just come on independently if I want to use it separately from that. So yeah, it's just sort of playing around with these. You know, you could always put one wire to one and just sort of work it out bit by bit. It took a bit of time, but oh yeah, there you go. It's timed out with that one now. So yeah, there you go. Just a bit of figuring out on this end, but all done and ready to go. Well, hey guys, I do apologise about it being night time, but it's going to be the best time to show you sort of the lights now all finalised and how they work. So, like I said before, I've routed the cables all up in through here, as we said. We've got some, obviously, well, replaced the cable ties, so they're now all tied up here. It comes up here, and it actually comes this way, so you can see a little bit of it there, just tuck it away, and it runs along inside this part here, around there, like we said before. There's a little bit of it there, and then into there. So we haven't fully tidied it up yet, but it's all in there. So that's all in there, and it still works as we did. And I've actually now replaced the bulbs in here with LEDs. Again, they're from Car Mod Shop, so I'll try and put my discount code up again on the screen somewhere, wherever we're looking now. But you know, I did actually buy these because you know they're so cheap to get, especially with the code. You know, I thought why not? So what I'll do now is I'll probably pause this. I will turn the light off on the camera, and I will show you what we've done with the LEDs. And it's a little bit of a Halloween theme going on. Okay, so it's dark. So if I open up the door, ta-da! We've got red. So it lights up the whole car. The dash, because this is all goldy colour from the paint, glows up red. So nice red glow. And then, like I say, I will replace them with white eventually when Halloween's over, but I've also put red in that one as well. So I've got a really nice red glow all over the car. And it's either Halloween themed or brothel themed, take your pick. But there you go. But it does also work, as we said before. If I shut my door, we'll just wait for these to time out. I do apologise. And I've noticed as well, I forgot completely that the central light comes on when you unlock the car. So when you unlock the car now, it does also light up, which is really cool because you see it all there. So as before, if I flick the switch, just the one comes on. I can turn it off. Flick the other one. There's the other one now working because I know the bulb didn't work before. But yeah, there's those two. They don't look quite as red in the video as they do in real life. It's really, really deep red LEDs. They're really nice. But there you go. You know, there is the lights in the rearview mirror. Hope this video is useful, and you know, hopefully you guys want to do it as well. I mean, I picked up the mirror for about, I think it was like £8 from my local scrapyard. You know, they don't go for anything. So really worthwhile. Quite a simple, you know, fitment. Like I say, it's a bit of a faff trying to sort of figure out the cabling, but you know, in fairness, half an hour doing that and you get this result. Really good. I think once I've replaced the red ones with white LEDs, it'd be a lot more effective up front. Obviously the red's cool for Halloween, but it's not very bright in terms of, you know, overall colour. So I think if I replace it with white ones, there'll be a lot more use in the future. You know, actually lighting up the front of the car, which is their intended purpose. But yeah, really, really cool. There's a little bit of a modernised touch. And like I said, those LEDs were Car Mod Shop, so I'll make sure to put a link in the description for those and my code up on the screen somewhere, especially for the white ones as well. But there you go, all done.